Hello everyone, with you your English teacher Balnur. Today we are going to answer these questions. What is the passive voice? When do we use the passive voice? And how can we change the active voice to the passive? So let's begin. What is the passive voice? The passive voice is opposite of the active voice. For example, active, Dave makes a cake. Passive, a cake is made by Dave. Active, my cat ate the mouse. Passive, the mouse was eaten by my cat. Active, they are watching a movie. Passive, a movie is being watched by them. So here are the three examples of passive. When we form the passive, we need be plus past participle. Here are the forms of verb to be. Am is are in the present, was, were in the past. We can use being in continuous tenses and been in perfect tenses. You need a form of these plus past participle, which is verb 3. Come, came, come is past participle. Play, played, played is my past participle. Those three sentences from earlier, they all have be and past participle. So always remember, the passive has be plus past participle. Next question. When do we use the passive voice? When the action is more important or interesting than the person who does the action. For example, a Ferrari was bought for $400,000. Wow, it's so expensive. Who bought a Ferrari? It's not important. Active, headmaster bought a Ferrari for $400,000. Headmaster. It's important in active sentence who does the action. But it's passive. It's not important. Hamlet was written in 1603. Who wrote Hamlet? It's not important. Active. Shakespeare wrote Hamlet in 1603. Shakespeare is famous poet. In active sentence, it's important who does the action. But in passive, that's not important. So last question, how can we change the active voice to the passive? When we change active voice to the passive, the subject becomes to object. Object becomes to subject. For example, Tina cooks Zarina. Passive, Zarina is cooked by Tina. Let's take a look at another example. People watched the first TV in the 1920s. People is performing the action. Subject and the agent are the same. That means this sentence is active voice. To change this to the passive voice, we switch the subject and the object. People is placed at the end of the sentence in the position of the object. And the first TV is placed at the beginning of the sentence. It is now the subject. We also need to add the word by. We then use the matching form of the verb to be in combination with the past participle of the verb, which is in this case is was watched. Each tense has its own passive structure. You need a list. Here the list of the tenses and you can see the verb to be and past participle. So that's all. Let's complete the tasks.